I had a tweet like queued up, ready to go. I had a tweet all queued up, and I don't know what I did with it.
Well,
what I did with that tweet.
I'm guessing no one cares. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they care now. Hey, we're live. What's going on, everybody?
No.
You got it teed up?
Yeah, I had a tweet, and I don't know what I did with it. I think my tweet got canceled, like everything else.
I can't wait to talk about all the cancelings that happened this week. What's up, chat? Good to see you. Good to see you. Can't hear us? How is that possible?
Someone can't hear us? Oh, no.
Wait.
Hold on. Can everyone else hear us?
Can you hear us? Can't. There's no reason they shouldn't be able to.
Sean.
Okay. Yeah. So
turn your speakers up, maybe. I don't.
Audio's fine. Okay. Yeah. So Sean is the problem. Okay. Everyone else can hear. Okay. Cool. All right. Wasn't sure. You guys panicked.
That would be bad.
The reason this is, yeah. Because I was worried because we had technical difficulty. The whole reason we're slow is because I was having technical difficulties. I'm like, come on, man, let's not do that now. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
Right.
Unacceptable.
So we were talking. Greg and I were talking the other day, and we turned out. Greg's idea was like, let's look at AMA because, and we'll talk about this in the podcast. But Craig was invited to an AMA, which we'll talk about on the actual podcast regular. And I'm like, sure, why not? We wanted to do more content. We like doing content. The show's been doing really well, so we figured, why not? You guys can ask us questions, and we'll try to answer them on the show.
Yeah, we're in the pre-show now, so we're just kind of getting into it, right? This is pre-show, so this isn't the actual show. This isn't started. Some behind-the-scenes stuff. We tried inviting the original Gadget cast for old-time fans of the podcast. We tried inviting the original Gadget cast on the show, but they did not respond to us.
I can't believe he didn't respond. Has he liked more tweets since you tweeted him?
You know, that's a good thing. I should do a Twitter investigation. So let's see. Let's go to the @GadgetCast Twitter. 5 followers. Let's go. They follow Leo Laporte. So there you go.
Oh.
That's how you know, Travis. And let's go to Kyle. Let's see if he liked anything. Yeah, he liked something 20 hours ago.
Was that? When did you send him a tweet?
More than 20 hours ago, I think. Let me see. Let me go. Look at my tweets. My tweets are good. I had the official New Jersey account retweet my tweet. So I'm official New Jersey boy now.
You're official tissue.
It's like my most popular tweet. Just me with a picture of New Jersey bagels. And,
that's amazing.
It is kind of strange and amazing.
We're going to talk about everything. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Not a lot in specifically like as far as news goes. We're just going to have fun. This is kind of just to hang out with people that enjoy GadgetCast and we enjoy you. So we figured we would do that. Matter of fact, why don't we go and get started? Great, go.
22 hours ago. So he liked something 20 hours ago. So, you know.
So he did see it then.
I guess he's scared. Or maybe he didn't look at his ats or something.
Well, let's talk about it on the actual show.
All right. Oh,
that's the.
You know.
All right, are you ready?
I don't know.
You got it set up for a multicast? Because I got my Bluetooth on. That's the whole reason I'm doing my Bluetooth.
I don't like the position of my camera right now.
What's wrong with it? You just need more light on your face.
Oh, you think I need more light? I could do that.
Just a little bit.
Well, it's only on one side, though. There we go. It's a little more.
Everyone try a banana and mayo sandwich. All right, you ready?
Let me just make sure I have the multi.
Yeah, because we're going to talk about all the things. Make sure we record it well for everything because we want everyone to hear.
Let me just let me get my let me get my announcer voice ready.
Yeah, you ready? Let's go.
All right.
That's right. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, record.
Hello, world, and welcome to the fastest growing tech podcast out there, the Gadget Cast. I am your host, Gregory McFadden, joined always by the man himself, Travis MCP.
Yeah, it's an exclusive, amazing episode just for you who listen to Gadget Cast, free of charge. Going to have an extra episode this week just to have some fun. We have lots of cool things to talk about. I'm excited. Not so much like news, but more like Gadget Cast stuff. And then we're also live streaming on YouTube where we'll be taking some questions from the chat.
I mean, we can talk some new stuff too, depending on if people,
of course,
don't even want to acknowledge us. But yes, this is a little bit of a strange show. I was talking with Travis behind the scenes about doing this because we've had so many milestones lately. And we kind of just wanted to connect more with the audience a little bit for this one, I think. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see where it takes us. We'll see where this one takes us. But it's like a special Thursday stream. We don't always do a Thursday stream. We're still going to be live Sunday. So, when this goes up, we're still doing the Sunday show. Don't worry about that. It'll be back to normal. We're just doing a Thursday show. We're seeing how everyone's doing, giving you some extra quarantine content, dare I say.
Dare you say. And the reality is Greg and I talk about Gadget Cast almost obsessively.
Yeah.
In between episodes. Like, we love Gadget Cast. And I've mentioned this before. Let me just mention it again, especially for all the new people. Looking at some of the downloads, we obviously have a lot of new people that listen to the show over the last couple of weeks. So let me real quick explain. Gadget Cast is Travis, Gadget Cast is Greg, and Gadget Cast is you guys and gals who listen. And because of that, it is a greater thing than the sum of its parts. So we talk about it as if it's not even like us. It's kind of like this thing. Like, I look at it and I go, Gadget, look what just happened. Super chats are live. 504.
And the first official super chat. The first official super chat of Gadget Cast from 504 himself. Look at that.
That's amazing. We're gonna keep that out there for a while. And for people who are on the podcast have no idea what we're talking about.
That's the problem.
when we stream live on YouTube, there's an option now because we got monetization. People can donate. So there you go. Yeah, it's crazy.
People are asking for the super chats, and this is one of the milestones we reached. We on the live channel, we're 1,500 subscribers now. YouTube apparently upped their game with the monetization process. Travis is like, this is gonna take forever, and then like Travis submitted the application a day later. They know they're dealing with the fastest growing tech podcast people because they got back to us a day later and went, hey, you're monetized. So all I see, I follow the official YouTube Twitter, and all I see is people going, when are you going to monetize me? I've been waiting for like 30 months. It's like, you must wait.
Totally. And that's legit. Like, I was like, well, it's going to be a while, Greg. And within the same week, it's like, he hits me up and goes, we're monetized. I'm like, what are you talking about? You got another one already. Look at that. Shaw Williams in the house doing $10. I appreciate you, baby. Let's go. Love it. Listen, all the money that gets donated is literally going back into Gadget Cast. There's some things we want to do that necessitates money, and this will be towards that. So thank you. It's not going to us individually. Greg and I have already agreed that any money we make from this endeavor goes right back in.
Yeah, listen. Travis has full control of the Gadget Cast bank account. I don't know what he's doing with that money. This is real. I have no idea what he's doing with his money. We've talked about it, but maybe Travis is funding some things I don't know about. I really don't know, but we do plan to put it all back into Gadget Cast somehow.
And here's the question from Genosis, the $10 Canadian. Greg, have you checked email today? Let's talk about the email.
I did check the email today, Genosis.
Let's talk about the email.
Let's talk about the email saga right quick right here. So, I don't know. Do you want to start off? I feel like you got something to say.
No. Look, why? It's raining. It's raining in here. New York forever.
We knew this
would happen. $5 super chat.
We knew this would happen.
Holy monkey. We got super chats raining. Send in my free Google Play. Don't mind me.
Thank you. What is that symbol? This is from Plosh. What is that symbol? I've never seen that symbol for money before.
Plosh, where's that from? I won't pay Greg. Don't worry about it, ads. Again, for people listening to the podcast, we apologize, but we have to acknowledge people that are donating to the episode. We talked about this the other day, and we were concerned We were like, well, we don't know if anyone's going to super chat. We don't care if anyone does. Like, you don't have to. But we were worried that maybe all of a sudden people who've been saying, where's super chat at? Would all of a sudden super chat? We'd be like, what happens? Indian rupees is what that was. That's awesome.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you.
We appreciate that and listen, we appreciate it. All the money goes back into GadgetCast, and very soon, some very cool stuff coming. So let's talk about the email. So the other day, another one. Aloha from Hawaii.
Oh, thank you.
How do you say it? Jamai? First of all, my favorite food in my area is Hawaiian. There's a Hawaiian place not too far from me called Pack Island Grill. It is literally my favorite place to eat. It is so incredible. Oh,
that sounds good. We got Lee's Hawaiian Grill near me, and that is pretty good too. Get the poo platter. Ooh, I'm in heaven.
Jacob's asking when will memberships be available. We have no idea. That's another thing that we have no idea. They don't tell us anything. But man, wow, what an incredible start to we didn't even mention that super chats were available. All of a sudden it starts raining in super chats, and I am blown away by that. Again, it all goes to GadgetCast, which means things. Ironically, this is going to be like the worst money laundering scheme ever, because
I can't take all the support.
Another super chat. Support Black business, free meal on me from Montreal. I appreciate you. $20 super chat. Good God. That's amazing.
I can't. This is too much support.
Oh, another one. Hold on. First of all, that's not true, Tech Man. I think Viper already has it. And then $20 from Braden. What is going on? How much super chat money are we making? We're making all the monies. Why are we making all the monies?
Yeah, this is too much support, guys. Stop with the super chat.
Why are we making so much money?
Don't make me cry on GadgetCast.
What is happening? You're gonna make Greg cry. Okay, can someone else do one more super chat to make him cry? That'd be awesome.
I will
make Greg cry. Make Greg cry.
Look at these eyes. You think these eyes have ever cried?
Look like a psychotic person.
That's just my face. For people listening in the podcast, come see my face in the live stream. You'll see a real treat.
Yeah, it's insane. Definitely watch the live stream. We appreciate you. Yeah, man. Wow. That's incredible. Thank you guys so much. I'm blown away by that. Totally unnecessary, but again, it goes back into the podcast, which I was in the middle of saying is going to be the worst money laundering situation ever, because it's actually going to go back into things we're going to do for the people who listen. But YouTube takes 30% of it before we can get it back to you. There we go. Make them cry. Love you, man. Oh, I love it. Make Greg hashtag make Greg cry. Love it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're blown away by all the support you guys give us. We keep talking about it, and what an amazing thing.
Yeah. All right, let's get to this email story.
Yeah. Email story. Yeah.
We got to dodge super chats.
Yeah, I know. Stop super chatting. Okay. So the going joke is that, oh, by the way, did you notice? And for those of you who are on the audio podcast, you must go to YouTube to check this out. Greg is wearing the official GadgetCast shirt.
Oh, that's right. So here, I guess before the email goes, we got the Gadget. I got to stand up. We got the GadgetCast hashtag cancel Travis. That's right. I got mine first. I'm going to win this cancel war. Travis is a funny story after the shirt, actually. But look at this official GadgetCast merch. Hashtag cancel Travis. I think people are too nice. They don't want to wear the cancel Greg or the cancel Travis. Because people are like, I want to buy a shirt, and then the first thing they're like, oh, do I have to get one that says cancel? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you have to, but maybe we should just make a plain one, because it looks like a lot of people want a plain one.
Yeah, and we're gonna do that. We'll do different colors.
You want like a plain one? Is it too mean for you? Like, you don't want to walk around with a cancel Greg or cancel Travis? And I had this realization today as I went for a walk outside. I went for a walk outside around my neighborhood, Travis, and I wore this shirt proudly. I was so happy to get it. And I got some weird looks. I got some really weird looks. And I think they're just like trying to like figure out like what is cancel Travis? Like, I'm keeping my distance. People are like looking at me, staring at me from across the street. And I think they're like, what is canceled? What does that mean? What does that mean? So
my God. All right, some more. Matt Weiland with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Hello from Colorado. Of course, Janos is back in there. Cancel super chat, so he gives us another $10. It's crazy. You people are crazy. Stop it. You guys are great. Yeah, no. So that's the thing. So he got his, even though I ordered mine the same day. Mine has not even been printed, which I'm upset about. I'm salty about that. But So the running joke for those of you who are new to the channel and the live stream is that we have an email that we always encourage you to email us at, and we've gotten some emails, but Greg is in charge of checking that. I guess I'm gonna have to start checking it now, and he doesn't do it until I ask him. And when I ask him, there's always email in there. And this past week, there were a couple of important ones. Right, last night there was some kind of important ones, including one from where was it again?
Okay, so listen. There's so many things happen this week. We gotta talk about so many things. It's so weird. This is like a podcast about us. I don't know if people like this, but it is us heavy. So we got some emails, and these came in like the other day. Like these weren't sitting there for a week, by the way. Like I checked the email, and it was a day later. Okay, it's reasonable. But we did get an email from the Daily Mail. If anyone here's from England, we got an email from the Daily Mail. They wanted to use a podcast clip in a news story, I guess. So they asked us if they could use a Gadget Cast podcast clip in the Daily Mail. So I don't know if they're going to, whatever. So maybe you'll see that in the Daily Mail. I don't know what the Daily Mail is. I'm from the US, obviously. So I hope that's like a huge, that better be like the New York Times of the UK. I don't know.
The New York Times.
And then we also got someone, I think it was Sean. If he's watching, make yourself known. He also left a really nice review, which I got to read some of the reviews later too.
Oh yeah, we got to read the reviews.
From Sean, and he's from, I probably shouldn't give his location, but he has a business where he makes tobacco pipes, which he did not offer us custom tobacco pipes. Unfortunately, I want a tobacco pipe with the Gadget Cast logo on it. I don't smoke, but I'll put it in my mouth and pretend I do. But he's gonna give us. He wants to give us laser engraved leather patches, Gadget Cast hats. So, we're gonna have some Gadget Cast hats, I guess. But here's the problem, Travis. We had a couple of people email us, some fans who wants to send us stuff. We had a fan who wants to send us shirts. We have a fan who wants to send us hats. And I emailed them back, and then they didn't respond back to me.
They ghost us. But you know what? It's the thought that counts. And I'm still kind of blown away. Even if they lied, I don't even care. I think it'd be great. Just to have that is amazing. Man, there's so much to talk about. Real quick, let's answer some questions. Do you have any pets? I have a dog named Nathan. He's been in a couple of my videos. Do you have any pets there, Greg?
Do I have any pets?
Yeah.
I got my cat who's sleeping over there, and a dog.
The Gadget Cat.
Yeah, the Gadget Cat.
We got to get through a couple more things. Let's talk about the canceling that happened to you. Thank the Lord. So for those of you who have not been paying attention, of course, everyone knows that Cancel Greg is a thing that's been going on in this podcast ever since we first started. And it finally happened. It happened twice this week, ladies and gentlemen. One by one of the biggest and most prominent tech YouTubers in the history of YouTube, and the other by, well, let's just call it one of the biggest online retails on the entire planet. We're talking about MKBHD and Amazon. Both canceled Greg this week. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have won the battle. The battle's been won. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Man, I did get canceled. I got canceled by Amazon. I got canceled by Marquez. I got canceled by Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, what the heck?
Travis was a unknowing victim of that, unfortunately. But listen, I've been canceled so many times. You wanted me to edit this, and I forgot to. But can I roll the clip of MKBHD canceling me? Do you guys want to see the clip? Have you guys seen the clip in the chat? Should I roll this? This poor audio show for the people listening. I hope you like us enough to keep listening, because this one is very live stream heavy. But that's why you got to be on the live stream. That's why you got to join us for the live stream.
Yeah.
But we're gonna roll this clip. I guess I can share my screen, right? That's how this works.
Yep. And then make sure you check it with audio so they can hear
it. There's a check with audio.
Yeah, so when you go to share your screen, the bottom left-hand corner, it says share with audio.
It doesn't say that for me. Maybe it'll just share. Well, if I play through my thing, it'll go through. It's through the Roadcaster.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and share it then.
This is Untitled Project 1.
Okay, Untitled Project. Okay, here we go.
This is entitled. Is that good? Yeah, okay. Okay. For Gadget Cast, let me set this up. GadgetCast fans, you know that I've been in a little beef with Marquez. He stole my thumbnail, and he responded. So here we go. Until you respond to me, Marquez, I will be keeping this thing up on GadgetCast, and I better not be waiting long.
Are you familiar with who Greg Gadget is, Marquez?
Greg's Gadgets now.
So there we go. I'm not going to play that because I think we'll get like a copyright with that music. But there you go.
So he has no idea who you are.
There's the song.
No idea. So that was the first canceling. And thank you to Viper for helping set that up. I owe Viper a drink or something because I owe him a coffee from Starbucks because it took a while to actually cancel him. And MKBHD, thank you so much for canceling Greg officially. Now, as if that wasn't enough, another thing happened just last night. Greg and I sometimes will live stream on Amazon. Yes, that is a thing. But before we live stream together, he did his own live stream. And well, no, actually, yeah. Well, he got canceled. Yeah, it happened twice. So before we went together live together, he live streamed on Amazon and got kicked off. Then when we live streamed together, he got kicked off again. I was able to stay on, but they kicked Greg off twice from Amazon. In the same week, MKBHD dunks him. Then, as he has his tail between his legs, goes over to Amazon, a free streaming service, and they kick him off twice, ladies and gentlemen. It is over. We got him. We won the war. There is no more war, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I will never give up. I will never surrender. I will never stop canceling people. In fact, before I said, you know, this is going even farther now. I will cancel everyone. I will cancel Viper. I will cancel Zach. These are the first people I'm seeing in the chat, so they are canceled. I am against them now. I will declare holy war on Viper, on Zach, on who else? Jason for Painful Honest Tech. I will declare war on you. Who else do we know? El Jefe is pretty cool. I'm not going to declare.
Yeah, you can't declare war.
I can't declare war now.
He's too nice.
Who else do we know? Oh man. I don't know. I got to cancel a bunch of people. Jern's pretty cool too. I'm not gonna unleash the Jern army on me. So
yeah, no, you don't want that. But then something cool did happen. I mean, obviously we've already talked about the fact that you trended on YouTube, but you had something else kind of cool. You got an invite, which is kind of cool. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So the people on our iPhone, it's a Reddit community for iPhone. They actually want to do like an AMA with me, which I thought was really weird. I'm like, why are you contacting me? Like, who am I? I'm a nobody. Why are you contacting me? So they're like, oh, you want to do an AMA with us? And like the community really values like your opinion and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So apparently I'm going to be doing a Reddit AMA with the iPhone community. And it's like a giant community. They have like 2 million like readers there. So I'm pretty pumped. I think that should be happening. I don't have like a super official date, but I think it's like the week of the 25th. I don't know if that's going to change at all. But hey, they want to talk to Greg, so I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna give them all the truth. I'm gonna give them all Greg.
I'm gonna give them all Greg.
All Greg.
A lot of people are asking like, why did Greg get kicked off Amazon? It's actually more interesting to not tell you and let your imagination go run wild, because the real answer is actually not that exciting.
They thought I said some vulgar language. I assure you, you see my videos. I am clean. I am clean.
Oh Lord. Anyway, so that's Greg getting canceled this week. Super exciting stuff. Really an amazing week. And then of course, we hit 1,500 subscribers. We got monetization on our YouTube channel. Our downloads of our last episode, which didn't have any specific guests, was one of the fastest downloaded audio podcasts we've ever done, which is crazy to think. And it's up there I don't think it's second, but it's really close to being second. It might be close to second. I think it's second. Is it second?
No, it's not. It will be. It will be based on trajectory. It will be very soon.
Of course, Jern has the number one, which is, all hail Jern.
Yeah, Jern is number one. So
yeah, so let's talk a little bit real quick. Let's go into some iPhone stuff before we kick out to the questions in the chat. I would love to talk more about that in a minute. So we did get to see the final dumping of iPhone 12 leaks from Jern Prosser, as we talked about before. Let's go over real quick the final dump that Jern Zoe gave us, and then we'll get into some other stuff.
The final dump. I did a video on this, and the final dump is basically we have all the names: iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Max, which, by the way, that thumbnail that Marquez borrowed, it had the correct naming on there. I didn't know the names. I was just like, yeah, they're gonna call it the Max, like they call the other one the Max. Why wouldn't they? So iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Max, iPhone 12 Pro, and then iPhone 12 Pro Max. Prices, right? We got that now. $650 on the regular iPhone 12 5.4 inch, $750 on the 6.1 inch, and then on the Pro models, it's going to stay the same price as it is now. 1,000 and 1,099. Now the big news, and this is big news because I don't even think, I think we were like saying this probably won't happen. This is coming from John, who's been extremely accurate, and his sources are telling him that every single iPhone model, even down to that $649 model, will come this year with 128 gigabytes of base storage, which, you look at that and you're like, oh, who cares? But man, that's like everything most people need. And there's always like this weird talk with iPhones where, I've had this talk with people like, oh, get the 128 instead of the 64. And people are like, nah, 64 is fine for me. So it's different. But it is like, you can just go, yeah, get the base model. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. 128, you're good to go.
Yep.
And then one other thing, the RAM. So it looks like the RAM's going to be more in the Pro model, 6 gigabytes, which I assumed because the new iPads have 6 gigabytes, but the normal models are going to have 4 gigabytes. I don't know if that'll impact performance at all, but we've learned that.
Yeah, the RAM management isn't that well. That's a really deep subject to go into. Is the RAM management bad on iPhones? I mean, we could talk about it, but it doesn't make the operating system slow. So, 4 gigs versus 6 or whatever is going to be fine. As far as whether it retains apps longer, that would be interesting.
Yeah. Now, and we're gonna get to this. The other big thing was the displays. Now, Travis actually did a video on this, kind of telling us how the iPhones would get so inexpensive. Viper, I told you how good the keyboard was. You just didn't watch my video, so I'm canceling you even more now. No, listen, the displays are going to be from another manufacturer called BOE. Yeah. And we've been talking about this display quality, and we've been wondering, who's this BOE? How are they going to get it? And I said before that, China intellectual property obviously isn't as heavily guarded. And Renee Ritchie, I saw on Twitter, basically said the same thing I was saying, going, yeah, they stole, they basically just took Samsung's OLED process and they have it. And now they make it cheaper. The intellectual property isn't there. Samsung was charging a lot of money to Apple to get those OLED displays, like a lot of money. Like we looked it up and I think it was like $70 to $100 per unit. That's a lot of money for a phone. Like think about that. One component cost potentially costing up to $100 for a single component. So the minute that someone else could copy Samsung's display, man, of course, Apple is just going to go running to them because Samsung's not doing them any favors. And they're going to be able to get that iPhone 12 really cheap. That's why a lot of people are like, how are they getting it so cheap when the LCD model currently costs more? Travis did a video on that, and go watch it. It was a good one. But listen, the big news I think everyone's excited for is this Pro Motion display. Now, these will be Samsung panels on the most expensive versions. That makes sense why they're still more expensive. And it looks like Samsung's really the only one doing this OLED process that can get you that 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, there's a lot of unanswered questions about this. Jordan covered this in his video. Everything Apple Pro covered it in his video as well. And they're kind of talking about maybe Apple might nerf this in some way. Now, the interesting thing, Travis, is in the iPads, they kind of already do. I did a video on this kind of explaining how the current iPad Pro technology works. They have a ProMotion display, but the 120 hertz refresh rate isn't constant. So when you're touching the display, when you're scrolling, when you're using the Apple Pencil, it is engaging full 120 hertz. The second you don't touch the display, it will probably revert back. The minute it's not detecting any motion, it will probably go down to 60 hertz. If you're looking at an image, it can go down to like 24 or 48 hertz. It can go lower than 60 hertz to save battery life when you're just like looking at an image. If you're watching a movie, most movies are 24 frames per second. All it needs is a 24 hertz display. When you're watching a movie, it'll go down to 24 hertz on the display and save battery life that way. That way it balances out. When you're touching the display, it's ramping it up. When you're not touching it, it's ramping it down. So that's what I think these reports are saying by nerfing, right? It's kind of already built in there. It all remains to be seen. This is all speculation, but I think that to me, that's what it sounds like when they're saying Apple might like nerf this display. I think it's more of like, it's like bad translation into, well, they kind of already do this with iPads. So it'll be a lot better than the Pixel 4, Pixel 4 situation. They also downscaled the display, but it's something they didn't work that hard on, because unlike Apple, where like you would go, okay, let's lower the refresh rate when someone isn't touching the display. The Pixel 4 was like, we're going to lower the refresh rate when your screen brightness is down. And it's just like, wait, what? Like, it didn't make much sense the way they implemented it. And we should probably save that for Sunday, because this is like an AMA show. But there's a great story about the Pixel 4 development. I think we're going to talk about it today. It's a really long story, and I really want to get into it.
Yes.
I told Travis we need to talk about that for Sunday show, and we didn't plan the show when that came out. So, but man, go read that story before the next Gadget Cast, because it is like the opposite of what you think, like phone development. Like, person comes in at the last minute, looks at the developed phone and goes, you guys messed this one up. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I can't wait to dig into that. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you're there. We'll be live Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday on YouTube. Of course, we'll be on an audio podcast after that. Now, let's get into this AMA for the people that are here in chat. So people that listen to audio, we will read. Hopefully we'll remember to read the question. We will answer whatever we can. Jern's not here with us. Jern comes from time to time, just to be clear. Jern is welcome whenever. Sometimes he pops in, sometimes he gives us stuff. But let's be real about it. He's not like on the show all the time. So you got us. Congratulations. So here comes the AMAs. Wow. Did that really happen that quickly? Holy monkey. Okay, we do have questions already. That was quick.
All right,
here we go. First one up. It's so quick that now StreamYard is being slow. Okay. First one from New York Fan Forever. AMA question. YouTube vids. Tech in particular, for us being the great outlet during these times. He's thanking us for that. Thoughts? In my opinion, a great distraction, entertainment. Plus, Greg and Travis are always awesome. So, in other words, YouTube videos, in particular, tech is keeping people sane during these kind of questionable times. What do you think? I think it's true. I think social media is kind of doing that. I think we're going to find that social media changes and a lot of things change moving forward because of the way people are now interacting with each other, and they're forced to interact with each other. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's a great outlet. I think the evidence is there that obviously everyone's using social media. The streaming services are getting increased revenues. Numbers are at an all-time high for almost every social media outlet out there. Mm-hmm. The thing I disagree with a lot, and I've disagreed with this, I feel like I'm the only one in the tech community that kind of has this opinion, is people think things are going to change drastically after we're done with this. I mean, they're changed now for good reason, right? We're all home. We're all trying to be safe, hopefully. But I'm telling you, man, I don't think large events are going away. I don't think people aren't going to meet up anymore. I mean, social media was already on the rise. It's going to continue rising, even if we'd never had this, right? It was just going to happen regardless. Maybe it sped up a little bit of that, like more people getting on, more people connecting. I know a lot of people who like swore off Facebook are suddenly on Facebook again because it's the only way they can connect with their families. But man, Travis, you see like the news stories, like some parts of the country in the US are opening up right now.
Yes.
And I saw a picture today of a bar just opening up and the bar's full. The bar's full. People are just there. No one's acting like anything's out. Like the virus is out there. It's out. Yeah. Right? So people are not acting like it's there though.
I'm not happy about that.
But I think it's just human nature to connect. And I think people are so quick to forget everything. And I know us in particular, and I know most of the people watching this stream, we're intelligent people. Okay. Everyone listening to Gadget Cast is obviously really intelligent. But we know that like there's a risk out there. And these other people, they're probably not as well informed. And humans are, we are creatures of habit. So we want to get together in groups, and when we see other people get together in groups, it's just gonna eventually be like, oh, we should get together in groups again, because it's gonna snowball. Because listen, the best example I can use is I was kind of like nervous to wear like a face mask. Like I felt like insecure. I was like, oh my God, people don't do this around here. But now everyone wears a face mask, and if I don't wear one, I feel insecure. So that's how fast behavior change. I'm sorry I went on a rant there. We got so many questions.
That was a heck of a rant, I know. Okay, next one. What do you think about the AMD 4000 laptops? You get an IdeaPad 5 with a Ryzen 4700U processor having 16 gigs of RAM, 512 storage for $860. Not everyone can buy premium Windows and MacBooks. I love the idea behind this because the processors that are out right now are so powerful that they'll last for many years, and people who just need a laptop for general things, Ryzen is legit. I have a Ryzen in my desktop. It's fantastic value for money, so I'm super excited about that. Some of these are not loading up on StreamYard. They're coming out of order, so I have to go back over here. So BYMD Games says, Christian here, when do you guys think the iMac will be released? I really need a new computer.
Well, according to John Prosser, they are already done. I'm also seeing rumors of a redesign. There have been no leaks of what this redesign would look like, which is not typical for Apple products. However, iMac isn't an iPhone. People aren't that hungry for those leaks. Even though it's a popular product, it's not like the iPhone where people make a lot of money leaking that information. You might not get money for leaking iMac stuff. So I would say, if John says it's done, I believe that report. So if it's a redesign, maybe they just hold it for WWDC. That's an exciting moment. They might want to show that off on stage. They're kind of releasing these other products that aren't as exciting. There's no really external changes to them. So yeah, I would say WWDC. That's a month away. I think we'll see it if John's right about it being done. And maybe it'll be okay. It'll be cool.
Braden says, I hope one day Apple will allow you to control TV volume on the remote on the iPhone. You can do it when you're using AirPods and HomePod. I assume you mean through Apple TV, is what I'm guessing.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Have I tried LumaFusion with the mouse or trackpad yet? Now, for those of you who don't know, I do edit all my videos on LumaFusion on my iPad. I have not tried it with a mouse pad or trackpad. I just don't understand how it would benefit me because I'm always touching the screen. I will try it though. Let's see.
I think there might be a way you can change volume on Apple TV though, but maybe not.
I think there is on that, but I think he's talking about through the iPhone. Let's see. So there's a bunch. Okay, so now I'm having to look across two screens. So I'm definitely going to miss some questions, and I don't mean to. You'll see more people going back to normal, just more cautious than before. I believe that. What's up, my brother? All right, what's up, Royal? Crazy shenanigans going on. Yep. Yeah, one of the casinos opened up, had traffic backed up to the highway, and their signs said they're at full capacity. A casino.
Yeah.
I'm over that. I can't do it.
I cannot believe how fast this chat is moving, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. What's up from James? Is in Corpus Christi. So 504 says I'm the only one at my job who still wears a face mask on the regular. It bothers me, which it would bother me as well. Like that's terrible.
I'd be quitting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, John's track record is amazing. Okay, let's see. Do you think ARM-based MacBook Pro 14-inch will be compatible with other software applications? So I think that question came up when John was on, but John missed it. I don't see how it couldn't be. You couldn't sell a product that would not be backwards compatible in some significant way. Like how else could you do that?
Yeah, so I think it will be. I think it will be done on emulation though. I don't know how they would do it otherwise. A good thing for here now is Apple has done a chip transition once before when they went from PowerPC to Intel. And when they did that, I think you can look at how they will handle this one. When that came out, you could run all the old software, but it ran through an emulation layer. I wasn't really old enough at the time to really test that out or remember it. I lived through the transition. I wasn't testing out speed and seeing compatibility. You know what I mean? So it would be similar to that. You might experience slowdowns with that emulation though, right? Because it is an emulation, it's not native. But I imagine there's going to be a huge developer push way ahead of time. It's one of the reasons why I think we might see some news about it in just a month if they got to get developers ready.
Is there a major refresh to the 16-inch MacBook Pro coming out within the next 6 months? Not just a spec bump. I don't want to get one. I think John actually answered this question recently, right?
Yeah. So what's 6 months from now? Well, it looks like all that stuff, and I don't know, I might be wrong here because I don't remember exactly what John said, but it looks like these refreshes are going to focus a lot on mini LED, and it looks like this is going to be a 2021 product. So maybe early 2021 or maybe later. A lot of the supply chain stuff in China is messed up. I don't remember if John said specifically if the 16-inch will be getting ARM with this refresh, although John is telling us that eventually Apple plans to transition every single Mac over to ARM. That includes desktop Macs. So the 16-inch will eventually get it. I'm just not sure if it's within the next refresh, but mini LED, yes.
504 asks, Travis, what iOS feature would you most like to see on Android? And Greg, what Android feature would you most like to see on iOS? Great question by 504. There are versions of kind of AirDrop-ish type things, but it's not implemented in a way that AirDrop is. Anyone that tells you otherwise is lying to your face. There are like Wi-Fi directs and stuff, but it's always some type of rigmarole you got to do. If you use iOS, you know that it's just so easy. That would be number one. And then like a real, now I shouldn't say an iMessage competitor, because a lot of people will say, well, you can with RCS and stuff. But the reality is, like, I am guaranteed if I send an iMessage from my iPhone to anyone's iPhone who's bought an iPhone the last 5 or 6 years, it's going to work as an iMessage. I am not guaranteed if I send a text message from my Android phone to someone else who has an old Android phone that they're going to be able to get all the RCS stuff. So that's my thing. The message in that. Yeah.
This one's pretty easy for me. I would like to see like split screen, but not even just that. The more specific feature I would like to see on iOS, as in iPhones, is just picture-in-picture video. That's something I really want to see. I don't understand why it's not there. I can understand the split screen because I really don't use it on Android, to be honest with you. I think they should do it on the bigger phones, especially. Like, why not? Because they already have this functionality in iPads. But picture-in-picture would be the big one. It's one of the features that I miss going to Android is when you like play a YouTube video, if I back out of it, it just goes in a picture-in-picture window. So I would like to see that.
Yeah, John said he thinks the first ARM Mac will be 12-inch. Yes, you can do it from remote, talking about from the app. Yeah, Braden, they absolutely should do that right away. New York says, squeezing life of my mid 14 MacBook Pro 13-inch fully loaded, want a 14-inch, but also want something that'll last more than 5 hours. Well, ARM will definitely help you get through that. I believe that will be one of the biggest things once they go to ARM, is the battery life is going to be savage. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it is gonna think about how tiny the batteries are in phones compared to laptops, and think about, yeah, the battery gain should be significant when they go to ARM.
What do you think about iPad OS 14? I'm excited, man. I love my iPad. I'm all about that life. Bring it on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not too many rumors about what's going to happen in iPad OS 14. That's what's really exciting about it. The big rumors were keyboard and cursor stuff, which is already out. So it's so weird that they announced that. Like, it almost is like, oh, maybe they got like some like really big stuff planned where it's like, yeah, just put this keyboard and cursor stuff out. Like, you think they'd save that for like a major release, and they just pushed it out there. So it's exciting. We got a super chat.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get to that. It's right, the next one up. Mohammed says, I like to see an always on display for iOS 14 for OLED iPhones like they have for Samsung. Listen, I'm on board for that. But Apple won't do it until they see that it has a minimal impact on battery life. For sure.
Yeah.
Matt McCourt with the 513 super chat. Appreciate you, man. What are thoughts around John saying Beats will be phased out, all AirPods, etc.? This is a good question. So for those of you who do not know, John Prosser had said on Twitter that Apple is looking to phase out the Beats brand. Now, that caused a lot of controversy because I think people are looking into that, thinking that he's saying something that he's not actually saying. So how do we interpret it? I interpret it and I don't necessarily know that I disagree, that the AirPod brand is stronger than Beats at this point. Once upon a time, that was not the case. They brought Beats on to get a hold of Apple Music, which they now have. It's probably the more valuable of the two portions of that brand, they can easily now, if these AirPod over-ear headphones sell really well, it's a matter of time for Beats. Now, Beats could become a budget brand. Will they get rid of them altogether? Maybe, because it is kind of weird for Apple to have a sub brand that's not Apple. They could convert it to Apple. That seems Apple-esque, but I don't know, Greg. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so you really have to pay attention to the wording here. John, I believe John's wording is Apple plans to phase Beats out. Now you have to understand that AirPods are extremely popular brand. So popular. I was trying to look up the story here before. I forget exactly which one. I think it was Greg Joswiak in Apple or something like that. They did like a recent interview with one of the top Apple execs, and they like reiterated like we were like shocked by how well AirPods sold. To be like they were like we were shocked like how quick these have taken off. The AirPods branding is stronger than Beats now, and you can see that they're starting to release more products with the AirPods branding. They have the AirPods Pro now, and we're looking at AirPods headphones now. Like Travis said, they're going to see. They have plans to phase Beats out. They have plans. How long does that take? Is that a 5-year plan? Is that a 10-year plan? Who knows? But I do think if these AirPod brands continue selling well, it makes no more sense to release products with Beats. If Apple, remember, these are all resources that Apple has to take up. Even though, Beats is probably like its own little team, it's still resources in the company. So let's say if there's a Beats headphones and it sells 1 million units, and then an Apple headphone and it sells 10 million units, why would you ever even focus on the 1 million? You're just going to scrap it. So I think so.
Yeah. All right. Next up, James says, do you think Apple doing right with just redoing the MacBook Pro or the Mac Pro and the MacBooks with little to new stuff and nothing? In other words, I think what he's trying to say here, because it's got a little confusing. Yeah. Are they doing what when they made the iPad Pro, especially, because I think he's basically saying the same thing. They just kind of do a little bit of changes and nothing like drastically new. Do you think that's okay? I think
so. Listen, I know people get upset at this, but I remember there was a period in Apple's history not too long ago where they let products sit for a really long time. They let their laptop line sit for more than a year. They let their desktop iMac sit for more than a year, and they didn't update. They didn't update like the small things like this. And they got a lot of backlash because let me tell you something. Even though this new 13-inch MacBook Pro isn't the update a lot of people wanted, it's not the major refresh people wanted. What's the alternative? Do you want the old product still sitting there with the old keyboard? Do you want the old product sitting there where it had 256 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM at the same price point? So with this refresh, they're putting in the latest processors. They're putting in that new keyboard that everyone wanted. And they're also doubling the storage and they're doubling the RAM. They're making it a better product for the people who are going to buy it now, because it's not like, you have to understand, it's not like people aren't going to buy these things if they don't refresh them. These things are being sold every single day. So I look at it from the consumer point of view. I look at it as all of a sudden you have a better product at the same price. And I am all for that. Now, the iPad's a little bit of a different story, but I think Travis could capture that better. But it's kind of the same thing. I would have liked a better refresh, but there's issues going on that I think impacted that product with the supply chain in China. I just think it is based on the timing. Yeah. But they did make the product better for people who are going, would you rather still have the 2018 iPad Pro out or the 2020 iPad Pro? Even if 2018 owners shouldn't buy it, if you're buying a new iPad Pro today, you get double the storage, you get some other bells and whistles.
All right, bruh. When will AirPods X be released? I'm not sure whether I should wait or get the Galaxy, but the Galaxy Bud Plus are excellent. What did Jaron say anything about AirPods X? The new, they're going to be from what we understand, they're supposed to be more of a budget-minded AirPods, right? Is what we think. Well, no, right? It's going to be between. Sorry.
No, right? No, I'm not 100% sure on this. So those other AirPods, I think, are just for me. This is my personal opinion. And John wasn't 100% clear on this either. He was kind of thinking the same thing I think I'm thinking, or maybe it'd be more budget. But I think it's just going to be a replacement for normal AirPods. Like those AirPods 2 have been out for a while. They could use an update if they got any new features to add to them. Why not? So I think it's just going to be a new AirPods because John was saying like $169, $179 price point. That's AirPods.
De Silva says, have you heard about the OnePlus camera filter that can see through objects? I have not heard about that, but I have a contentious relationship about the OnePlus camera. On my live stream on Saturdays, I really want the OnePlus 8, but I'm kind of upset with OnePlus at the moment. So if I end up getting a OnePlus, I'll definitely take pictures of people through their clothes.
I saw it online. It looked cool.
Also got my Magic Keyboard. Travis, you shouldn't have canceled your order. I think I just re-canceled it today. I ordered it. I canceled it.
That's a new Gadget Cast lingo. Re-cancel.
Re-canceled, baby. Not expecting much on iPad, iOS. Apple seems to only do big updates every other year. Okay, here we go. What do you think the resolution on the non-iPad Pro model, or non-Pro iPod 12 models will be? What is the new resolution going to be?
Said iPod.
Our iPhone. Maybe you should read these.
We could switch off. I think it'll be high resolution. I think these are described. So John also kind of leaked the marketing terms for these, and again, you can kind of look at Apple's history based on marketing terms. They're going to call it a Super Retina display. That's the same term they use for the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 10s. So Apple usually, when they use the same marketing term, it means the same specs. So it would probably have 458 PPI or whatever it is, whatever that resolution would be on the 5.4 and the 6.1 inch display. And then the thing you have to understand about that term is, and I covered this in my video because I looked into this, it's not going to be as bright of a display. This is all speculation, by the way, but it's based on the marketing term. It's going to get 625 nits of brightness, not the new 800 nits and then 1200 when you're watching HDR. And it's going to have a 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio, whereas like the new iPhones have a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. You're muted.
Sean Williams. I'm having problems. I'm having a mini stroke.
Let me read this from Sean. Sean, I think Sean likes me more. I think it's noted.
He does.
Sean is a Greg fan. With ProMotion, there shouldn't be any issue with implementing always on display because they can bring the 120 all the way down to 1 hertz. Yes. So that would be what Sean is referencing is the LTPO display technology, which, by the way, Apple used in their Apple Watch first, and I believe they're one of the originators of that technology. So they already have that technology in the Apple Watch where, mine's on, but it's running at 1 hertz right now, and it's like dim. So yeah, I think so. I think they won't have any issues with it.
Go with Mr. Lovelace here.
He says, will the iPhone 12 Pro have a 4K screen and or a 8K recording support?
Oh, I would not hold my breath for a 4K screen for sure. Definitely not. 8K recording, maybe. How long did it take them to do 4K recording on an iPhone? I'm trying to remember. What was the first iPhone?
I think they were pretty quick on it, but
6S or something like that.
You know what? No, they weren't quick on it. Android had it first, but like the first versions of Android 4K were not good, and this 8K with the Samsung stuff, it's on the normal phones, you have to use the zoom lens, right? Like you can't go on normal. Like it's not a good experience. I don't think we'll see 8K on iPhone this year, and we are not seeing a 4K display on the iPhone.
No time soon. There's Scott.
No way.
Got a message for Scott.
Oh, hey, Scott. Apple never bought Beats for the brand. They were always known to be pretty crap. They bought Beats for the Apple Music backbone. Yes, that is true. Beats had a streaming service. They bought it for that. But Scott, I think you're being a little too hard on Beats. Beats, depending on your opinion on them, they do sell pretty well. But yeah, I think Apple bought it more for the technologies rather than the brand. But it does say something that Apple kept the brand around, because Apple will usually buy companies and then go, that product is gone or that service is gone. What did they buy recently? Like a weather app, and they're just like, nope, we're killing that weather app. So the fact that they kept that around, like the hardware component of it, kind of shows you that sales are high. And I know Beats get a bad reputation, but a lot of people like those headphones. They are pretty high sellers.
Yeah, exactly. Montreal says, should Apple bring back the regular MacBook? The regular schmegular.
You know, I would like to see with this ARM transition, I would like to see them do it in a new form factor first. I would like to see them go, hey, let's bring back maybe a thinner, lighter device instead of just putting it into the MacBook Air and putting it into the MacBook Pro. That would be more exciting. So I would be all for it, for them bringing it back.
Super chat from Jama. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to try to say your name because I'm not going to murder your name. I'm not going to do it. Any idea when we'll see 4K YouTube support in iOS? You know, man, this is the one thing that makes me hate my Apple TV 4K because it's great on everything. So for those of you who don't know, the one thing that the Apple TV and, of course, any of the subsequent other devices don't support is 4K to YouTube, which is painful to me. Now, we do know that Apple is developing a new codec and hoping that we will finally eventually get 4K YouTube because they're being stubborn with Google and Apple are being stubborn with each. Well, I guess it's not Google. It's more Apple being stubborn about it for whatever the reason is. I'm sure there's other reasons behind it. Allegedly, a solution will come forward. They have to know that not supporting 4K on YouTube is a big deal. So,
hey,
you know what? We should ask Jern specifically on this because he can get the answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe when the new codec comes out, that's when it will happen, unfortunately, considering Apple and Google both seem to be in favor of that. It looks like it's going to take that kind of a change. Hey, but Apple and Google work together on that contact tracing app, so maybe they're talking to each other. Maybe, maybe they're going to work out some differences. We can all hope, I never thought we'd see the day where Apple Music was on Amazon devices, and there it is. So, but, maybe.
Yeah, Janos is wondering if the non-pros will get a standard 320i PPI. Is that that's considered Retina? Anything over, I think.
Yeah, but on a OLED display, because of the way the subpixels are ranged out, like Janos is saying here, 326 would just not look that good. It would look really fuzzy. I don't think they do it, to be honest.
Those iOS 1.4. Let's see. Those iOS 14 make the iPad Pro more like Mac OS. So if you listen to Jern, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. And he's not saying it's for this release, by the way. Let's not put words in his mouth. He says he's just seen this stuff working. He doesn't have a time frame for it, but they're working on making it more Mac OS like, in the fact that there will be more pro applications like Final Cut, like Logic, Xcode coming to iPad. Whether they adapt the interface to be more like Mac OS is something that I'm not sure of, just because iPad, it's still a touchscreen interface. So I'm sure they will continue to borrow some elements from Mac OS though, because it only makes sense. Things like the files, right? And they have a Files app now. I kind of want to see like Windows support on iPad. Like, how you can put like a picture-in-picture video and move it around like floating window. Like, why can't we do an app in that? I think that would work out well, And then you can put it everywhere and it works. The way they have it with picture-in-picture, it works well. So I'd like to see that.
Any thoughts on reverse charging on iPhones for AirPods? It'll happen, and then it'll be like Apple will be like, "You've never seen this before." Reverse charging. We'll be like, "What?"
I don't think it will happen. I think they won't do it.
It'll happen.
Counter Travis.
Just 100%. All right, everyone in the chat, who's right, me or him? Okay, what's the idea behind the Pixel 4a? We'll talk a little bit about. We'll speculate on that on Sunday's show because we want to talk about the Google information that came out recently. So Sunday's show. Such a disappointment being canceled. Let's see. Beats is not crap. I have the Studio 3s and they're amazing. So there are some good Beats headphones out there. However, it's not going to take long before if these Apple headphones come out and do well, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
To be fair to Scott, though, those Studio 3s were after the Apple transition, when Apple started putting their own technology and sound signature into Beats. Beats before the Apple takeover did have a reputation for being way too bass focused, which Travis likes, right? You like bass, but they were known to be even too overkill. And not only that, ignoring just other equalization methods, it was just focused on hip hop music.
Got another question. Can you explain to us the concept of Apple glasses and tell us what you know about them? So Jernzo did tell us a lot about them. How would you describe them?
So based on what Jern told us, he said they look like glasses. They are thin, they are lightweight, and they would be like running. Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what exactly he told us. He didn't really like tell us like that much, but thin, lightweight, like they look like glasses. He said they look really slick, that's good. He's saying they look good. So that's one of the things, right? A lot of these glasses look really techy right now. And it'll work with the iPhone and the Apple Watch using those inbuilt sensors and stuff to enhance it. And it'll feed, you need an iPhone for this first version at least to do the processing on it. And then I don't know. Did he really talk to us about the visual interface?
No, and that's the thing I really want to understand better. So we'll send a text to him tonight and see if we can get you a better answer, because I think that's a really good thing to dive into.
It's going to be hard, man, because that is the story. That is the story.
What is the future of the iPod Touch?
Not
is
good.
there one? Yeah.
Not good.
The fact that it survived and came back recently was weird.
That was a surprise.
Yeah. So
let me tell you. I think the iPod Touch days are really numbered. I'm sure they'll keep it going till as long it's an A10 chip in it now. I'm sure it'll keep going until the A10 is done. So what's that? Like maybe like 2 more software updates.
Yeah.
And then I think it's donezo because I have the 2020 iPod Touch or 2019, whenever it was released. And let me tell you, that battery is gone in like 2 hours, maybe. It is bad. It is like, yeah. Talk about iPod. Turn that screen off and use it as a music player. Like it is not a good experience. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, Skull Candy Crusher Wireless. I have a couple of videos about that on my channel. I love them. I have 3 or 4 of their headphones. Let's see. Licensing is Google believes in VP9. Apple believes in HEVC. It's all about codec licensing. That is true. Ooh, all the chat. I'm trying to go down the chats and make sure I don't miss anything. We are almost at the end of this episode, so I want to make sure we get everything before we do the after show. Thoughts on the new Fold Lite and Fold 2. So there's a rumor now that there's going to be a less expensive version of the Samsung Galaxy Fold, and then of course a Fold 2. I'm all about the Fold 2. I suspect it'll be way too expensive. Fold Lite is interesting though. Depending on what the price comes out, I might gotta cop one of those. I do want to fold.
See, listen, I'm with you. I'm like the Fold Lite. Wait, it's supposed to be like around like 1,000.
Something like I don't know exactly what
they said price have like the display like the Z Flip maybe, or it's like really small on the outside and then you open up, get the big display. But man, have you seen those renders for like the legit Fold 2? And like they made like the screen like full size on the outside.
Oh,
like, knocked on the inside. Like I'm telling you, I'm with Travis in a way. Like I'm like the $1,000 one. Okay, I'll get that one because it's experimental. But if it looks like the old one and they have like the new one out next to it, it's gonna be hard not to get that new one. Because whoa, the renders for the new one, it looks good. It really does. I'm not kidding. And you know, I'm just as skeptical as they come with these foldables. We know what happened with the original Fold. That new one looks good, and man, it looks more than $2,000 right now. So I'm scared.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm a little worried about. They've already shown that they're not opposed to charging people out the nose. This is a good question to end us on, at least for the audio podcast. What are some of the gadgets you guys are excited to use during the summer? Well, since we're going to be home and not out doing anything interesting, well, we'll have to see what Apple releases.
My air conditioner.
I'm actually good on that front, so I'm good. Just whatever. I on my channel I do a little bit of Android, a little bit of iOS, so I'm all about trying out what's out there and what's interesting. But I'm pretty content with what I have. I don't know if there's anything coming out that I'm super excited for anymore. The last thing that I was kind of excited for was OnePlus 8 Pro. I didn't end up getting it at all, so I'm kind of like,
yeah. Out of the tech I have, it's hard because this is like a summer oriented question. It's just like, are we going to be able to go outside really? So I don't know. I'm kind of excited to use everything. I'm really I see a lot of stuff about iMac redesigns in the chat. I'm with these people. I really want to see an iMac redesign. It's like my favorite computer. I have a long history with the iMac, so I just want to see a redesign of it. And if they release that during WWDC, I'll get it and I'll be using that. I mean, that's the device I use the most. That's what I edit my videos on. That's my main computer. So I'm excited.
Tyler has a great question because I've talked about this on my channel many times. The Samsung Light phones are interesting. Do you think there's room between the S series and the A series for them to be successful in the US? The number one selling Android phone was the Galaxy for so far in the first quarter was the A51, which retails for $400, although you can get better deals. I think your answer is there. If that became the number one selling Android phone for the first quarter of the year, then one that's less expensive, like the Lite, I think is technically above A and below S. Yeah, ish, right? So ish. I think the real wins are everything below. I think TCL is really paying attention to the pricing structure. They came out with a $250 phone, which looks good. I just reviewed a $200 phone today. I think that's where you really win.
So the S series is the high end, right?
Correct.
Yes. And then the A series, right? Sorry.
Is the budget. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I feel like a dumb now. Listen, I think if they want to do this light stuff right, you got to call it something else. You cannot call it the light version.
Right.
It's just not, it's not a friendly marketing term. It's already demeaning. You forget, oh, you're getting the light version.
Yeah.
You're getting the lesser version. Samsung, when they do the re-release of the phones, they can make the light version, but call it the same thing as the other phones, kind of S10e like, but do the Apple approach. Just call it the S21, and then have versions on top of that. Start it lower, call it the S21, and then have the real, the iPhone 11. It's not the real iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 Pro is the real, what I mean? You got to be like that. Consumers go in, they'll go, ooh, iPhone 11, that's the new one. With Samsung, I think it'd be way smarter if it's S21, it's a $700-ish phone, and then the real spec nerds are going to know you got to get the S21 Plus.
So we're going to do a couple of questions in the after show for those of you watching on YouTube. But for now, we want to real quick wrap up by reading some of the latest reviews on Apple Podcasts that have been left for our podcast. It has helped us. This past week, we went up to 32 or something like that. 32 ranked podcast. So we appreciate that.
It's top, Travis.
Was 19 this week?
Yeah.
I thought it was a week before. Oh, we got up to 19. So thank you guys. The 19th ranked podcast in tech on Apple Podcasts is ridiculous. Huge.
Listen, it was the last time we talked. I don't think we mentioned 19th. So 19th.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen, the GadgetCast audience, everyone listening to this in the live stream and in the audio show later, I asked you guys to do reviews, and I was blown away by how many people actually left a review. I think the last time we checked back with you, I said we were at 70 reviews and stuff like that. Now, this was the Sunday show, right? Like, we're doing a mid show, but like we got to 100 reviews on the Sunday show. That's when I said I'd come back. And now we're sitting at 127, but I know like Apple's a little slow to update these. And I believe like the official numbers on like the Chartable thing was like over like 160 or something like that.
What?
Yeah, no. So, and I see them go up first on Chartable, and then I see them slowly filter into Apple. I guess there's like an approval process there. But you guys have been leaving us so many reviews on Apple Podcasts. Continue to do that if you like the show, because it helps us with the rankings and stuff like that. Also, if you're an audio fan and you're, listening on YouTube, just subscribe in the podcast player, even if you don't plan to listen to it, because it just helps us out.
Yeah.
But listen, let me read some of these recent reviews. Ooh, first review right up here. This is from Exit UPS. But you gotta cancel Travis. Hashtag Greg's Goons. I like that. Hashtag Greg's Goons. He titled it Best Tech Podcast in History. We got a review from Keep the Change, You Filthy Animal. Greg and Travis are two average Joes with the tech know-how. They have a lot of fun together. And guess what? You learn something about the latest in tech. Keep up the good works, dudes. We will. We got a review from Sean, who was the one nice enough to make us those, or offer to make us those custom hats. He says, much respect for you two. This is a fantastic podcast that informs people of the latest tech in a fun way. Really makes you feel like you're in the studio with them. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Sean, for everything you do. Someone says, it's a great show. Flex KD said this. He says, it's all about the pre-show. We got something here, people. Something here, people. Oh, man. I got one more, because then it kind of like cuts off. This is from NYK All-Star. Absolutely love this podcast. These guys always make me laugh and keep me distracted from what's going on outside of the tech community. Their rants are hilarious and their chemistry works. So glad I came across this podcast. We're glad you came across it too. If you want to get your review shout out read in the podcast, just leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and that might happen.
Yeah, Will here is asking how to post a review.
Sure, Will. So listen, you go on the Apple Podcast app, you go to GadgetCast, and look, this is a GadgetCast, right? You literally look, watch my screen for people on screen. You literally like scroll all the way down. It is so hidden. It is so hidden. It's why people don't do it. And there's the ratings. Look at that. I'm gonna give myself look at that. I just gave myself 5 stars.
There you go. There you go. That's great. We just won. We just won over the Apple algorithm. For those of you in the live stream, we're going to do our post show. If you're listening to the audio podcast, we appreciate you. Definitely, real quick, I want to give another shout out to the people who did all the super chats, which is amazing. We got 12. It's crazy. 504, Sean Williams, Genosis, New York Fan Forever, Plosh, Jamawai. I apologize if I get your name wrong. Montreal, Braden, Montreal again, Matt Weiland, Genosis again, Matt McCourt, and Jamawai again. You guys are amazing, phenomenal, incredible fans. We appreciate you. We have some really cool stuff coming. Hopefully by not this Sunday, but the next Sunday, we'll have a really cool thing that you guys are really going to enjoy. But for everything else, we will see you on Sunday. I, of course, am Travis. He's Greg. See you next time. And now it's the after party, baby. Let's go. Back out the wine.
The after party. It's people dropped off already. I was watching the chat, just like, it's over.
Yeah. Everyone's gone.
That's good.
Oh, another $2. Look, no, you're amazing, Laverne. Oh, listen, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. You crazy. Yeah. Y'all crazy, man. Yeah, we legitimately talked about this the other day, and we weren't sure which way it was going to go. We were like, well, either we'll get a lot of super chats or we won't get any super chats. Both are awkward in their own unique ways. So regardless, we appreciate. Thank you, Gold Diamonds. I appreciate you.
You and my mom. You and my mom. Like,
yeah. So by the way, Greg, for those of you who don't know, Greg's family loves me, bruh. I'm their favorite son that they've never met.
Let's not talk about that. I'm getting all my family canceled Travis shirts. A big family picture.
And they're going to ask, what does that mean? Even your sister apparently is a fan, which is amazing.
I hope they're not listening. They don't deserve any shout-outs.
Hashtag Greg
shirts after this.
Hashtag Greg's family loves Travis is what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see what else. There's some chat stuff. Let's see some chats real quick. Shout out to 504 who got the first super chat. That's right. 504. He's been in all my live streams for so long, man. And he always supports. And every live stream he goes to, he supports whoever the creator is, dropping that 504. Man, let me tell you something. I appreciate that, dude. All right, here we go. New York family. Do you think you can improve? Oh, Siri. So funny you say that. Since you're in New Jersey, beers on him sometime. There you go. As soon as this craziness ends, maybe you can have beers.
Well, as you know, me and Travis are sober to the end. We are straight edged.
I am actually.
So we're not going
to.
We're not going to be able to partake in these beers.
I have an Honor Palmer though. I love Honor Palmer. So this is a great question. I did a video on this a while back. I unlisted it, but how bad Siri is now. She's still bad. I thought she would be so much better. So case in point, do yourself a favor and Google. I forget what it was, like questions that Siri can't answer. I think that's what it is. And I did it in my video. I actually did this. I looked for like the top 10 questions that Siri couldn't answer years ago. Like these are articles from like 4 years ago, and she still couldn't answer them. If I'm a product manager at Apple, that's one of the first things I'm going to fix. How can you not have that fixed? It was embarrassing.
Yeah. I hope it gets smarter.
Got the code to Gadget. Another MacBook. So here's an interesting thing, and I know Greg will get a kick out of this because Renee Ritchie, who is a great YouTuber, great journalist, and he's been on the show. has had a blast talking about us.
Renee,
And
I think Renee has like a crush on Travis. He's like always bringing up Travis. He's like bringing up the wings incident all the time.
Yes, but
about you again today. I was like,
but yes, today. So I was watching the premiere of Michael Fisher's video.
Yeah,
and Renee was in there, and he said something about him getting chips or something, and I said, "Hey, get my wings." And he said, Greg said he'd get them to you, but he's got to buy a MacBook Pro first. So he's got your laptop thing down pat. Oh, that's good. Oh, Tish is amazing. Tish is amazing.
Someone says we should do a collab with Flossie, and yeah, we totally should.
I'd be totally down with that.
Oh, thank you, Juice. He's skipping sleep to watch GadgetCast. You know what was weird, Travis?
What's
Speaking
that?
Of Flossie. Speaking of Flossie, you know what's weird?
I've done a collab with Flossie, but go ahead. Yes.
Listen, I was like trying to go to sleep last night. Travis, I had a late conversation, by the way.
Oh my God. And you still woke up and made more texts after. I thought you were going to sleep. I got a text from you like at 20 minutes later. I'm like, I'm already trying to go to sleep.
Because I couldn't fall asleep. I was so excited about GadgetCast. But I for some reason, I went down the YouTube rabbit hole and found like your Viper stream that Flossie was on like a year ago.
Yeah.
I like, watched that to the point where like you joined in the live stream. And I was like, this is such a good live stream. This is like a classic. This is a classic.
It was great. It was hilarious. It had some of the funniest things. Some of the funniest parts. So if you go to my channel, I did a video about why Flossie Carter is my favorite YouTuber. And then I did a collab with him last year on the iPhone 6S. Really funny guy, amazing dude. I even talked about him briefly in today's video that I released. Let's see. I had to rewatch your video on why you left Android. Almost switched back to S20 Ultra from the close call. I'll go back to Android at some point. I just need something that's a little bit more compelling. I mean, listen, the OnePlus 8 probably would be it, but the price is just it's ridiculous. TGH. Was that the YouTube plaque stream? No. Yes, it was. Yes, where Roberto Blake was on there and he plaqued him. Yes. I think that's so funny. Yeah. A Gold Diamond says Siri is useless and turns off. And I don't blame you. Found it. It's not an individual listen next section, but in the library section. Okay. Thank you, Will. We appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, Will. I appreciate that. And this was Will said he could finally make it from the live stream from China. So appreciate that, Will.
Oh, Will's in China?
Yeah, that's what he said earlier in the show.
Nice, Will.
Hopefully I'm not misquoting Will, but I believe that's what I remember. So thanks, Will, for joining us. We appreciate it. I think I see Will comment a lot in like the after we're done with the show, so that makes sense. So awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's been crazy over the last couple of weeks for GadgetCast and seeing people come to the live stream. It wasn't that long ago that we were like, hey man, if 30 people showed up to the live stream, it'd be amazing. And we've been averaging like during the stream, we were all the way up to, let's see, our peak was 73, but we're streaming on our Twitters and stuff too. So it was up to 80 people watching. Hey, look, there's Roberto. That's ironic. You say Roberto's name and then he shows up.
You're watching the whole time. Damn, Roberto's everywhere.
I really like you both. Can you tell me more about you two? Let's real quick tell us more about ourselves.
So this was the weird thing. I think AMA and everyone's asking us like tech opinions. I'm like, like where's like the personal question stuff? I didn't really see any. That was weird. I guess people like really want to know about our tech opinions. Like we know something.
We know very little. But let's tell some things. I will tell one thing that most people don't know, and then you tell one thing that most people don't know. How about that?
Like a specific thing they want to know though. Like I'm bad at this. Like,
I'll give you like a one thing that might be interesting. And then you got to come up with something just interesting. I guarantee you won't be able to though.
See,
you ready?
Okay.
You ready for this? A long time ago, and it's unlisted. I actually have access to it. I was on MTV's Fanatic where I interviewed Jackie Chan.
That's a good
That's a good one.
Shoot. Oh gosh. All right. I got to think of a good one.
While you're thinking, I have to ask if that's the case. I can't remember, Victor.
I have a story I could share, but I think I'm under like an NDA, so I really don't want to do it.
How old is the thing? Whatever it was.
I can't do it. No. I can tell you after the show.
Yeah, I need to hear that.
But I cannot tell. And it would be a good one. People would love to hear this story. Man, I don't know. That's just like a fact about you. I don't know.
Hey, Harmless Carl knows about GadgetCast. Hey, appreciate your Harmless Carl.
Hey, Carl, how you doing?
Carl's got some great cases that he sells. What's this? Shared it with his members. Yeah, I shared it with my members. I forgot about that. That was a long time ago. Yeah, Jackie Chan, man. Let me tell you something about that. Now that is impressive. That is right. And Greg has nothing. That's right.
I'm trying to think of like a cool story now. I was gonna tell you like something like I like Cocoa Pebbles.
Bro, there is a new okay, Juicy, I want you to know something. If you go to this channel's community tab, you'll see that there is a vote in place right now because we talked about this last night. Should we have a Gadget Cast Discord? I will tell you right now, it's not looking good. It's like 60% no. Like, oh, people don't want it. We have our own though. We each have our own individually.
Well, Travis is older than me. He has more life experience, has more interesting stories. I don't.
That happened when I was younger than you are now, by the way.
Nope, don't believe it. So I don't know. I don't got anything. I'm sorry, guys. Ask me a more specific question. I can answer it. I hate talking. There you go.
John will be back. Don't worry. John will be back. He's probably in a cave somewhere.
I was president of my History Honor Society.
You would be.
So look at that. Look how smart I am. Phi Alpha Theta. Oh, History Honor.
Literally terrible. No one cares about that. Okay.
People care.
After the after show is lit, baby. Let's go.
Cancel Gold Diamonds. Cocoa Pebbles is not the worst cereal ever.
Cocoa Pebbles is not good.
Top tier cereals. That is top. That is S tier. That is S tier.
S tier, my butt. Where did you go to college? I went to the Art Institute of Seattle. Where did you go?
Harvard.
Greg, you went to Harvard online at best.
I'm not telling anyone where I went to college. I'm good.
Why not?
That's classified. It's too personal.
Oh, stop it. He's so ridiculous.
All right, maybe later. Tell you later.
All right, Roberto, we'll get you scheduled in here, buddy. We'll have to do it. We'll figure it during the week or something. Yeah, that'd be fun. Don't repeat it. Yeah, that's right. You gotta keep it up. All cereal is trash. Settle down, Scott. Settle down.
What is it, John? You guys are awful. I'm canceling Scott. I'm canceling What? Cocoa Pebbles are not horrible. Oh,
bro. I think most chocolate cereals are terrible. I think so. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is great. Fruity Pebbles is great. Very few others are great. Cinnamon Life is great. Captain Crunch is great. It will cut your mouth, but it's great.
I can't. I'm gonna cry.
You should cry.
Thank you, 504. First super chat of Gadget Cast. 504 knows what he's talking about. He is Team Cocoa Pebbles. Thank you. I got the official backup right here. Jeez.
What did you want to be when you grew up? I actually wanted to be a psychologist. It was the first thing that I wanted to be when I grew up.
Yo, this is going to sound really depressing. I had no clue what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I agonized over it like crazy. So I'm doing this now, and I'm having
Fruity Pebbles is better than Cocoa Pebbles. Thank you very much. Crunchberry. Yes, Crunchberry, son. Oh, yeah, in China. Hope you're feeling well there, Will. Commander Crunch.
I mean, Will's doing better than us, so he's
Captain Crunch is life. Sean got it right. He knows.
Oh, Captain Crunch is good. Peanut butter Captain Crunch? Oh, yeah.
Gross. Why would anyone want anything peanut butter for breakfast? I hate peanut butter.
What?
Our Cocoa Pebbles like Cocoa Puffs. Doesn't matter. They're all trash. Peanut butter Crunch is low-key the best. I love we got cereal going. By the way,
we're doing the cereal stream next.
Here's something else. Ironically, I bought cereal for the very first time just the other day online because there is a cereal sponsor. So there's this company called Magic Spoon. They have some type of, I don't know, low carb cereal or something like that. And they did a sponsorship on Jim Cornette's podcast. So I'm like, well, if they're doing sponsorships on podcasts, maybe if everyone emails Magic Spoon, go to I think it's magicspoon.com, and tell them you love GadgetCast and you would love to see them sponsor our show. Maybe we can do that. They have different flavors. Check it out. Here, I'll pull it up. Because I can share my screen. They have a lot of flavors.
What is Travis shilling onto you people?
I just got it. I haven't tried it yet, though. So that's the thing. I haven't actually tried it yet. I'm trying to get a sponsor, Greg. Shut up.
Nicholas wants to come on GadgetCast. What do you...
Nicholas who?
Oh, just Nicholas in the chat wants to come on GadgetCast.
Oh, like the one question go thing? Do we want to do one question go?
Yeah, let's do it. It's the AMA.
Look, you Americans have way too many cereals. You're probably right about that.
Yeah, we have just the right amount. It's all good.
So it's low carb, sweet and delicious, high protein.
I like high carb cereal. I'm against this.
That is true. Explore. They got a lot of different flavors. Try now. So they got variety boxes. It looks it looks good. I'm going to try some. I don't have any milk right now.
Are you a bagel fan, Travis?
Not really. Like the cinnamon bagels and stuff are okay, but yeah.
I got some New Jersey bagels today, and I got retweeted by the official New Jersey Twitter account. And,
I saw that.
You know, it was a pretty popular tweet from me. So I was pretty happy. I got my New Jersey badge of honor. But I had people tell me in my Twitter that Montreal bagels are better. And I looked them up and I'm like, nah, no way. Didn't even have to taste them. I was just like, ugh.
All right. I guess some people do want to do one question go. So we'll do.
And yeah, we keep talking. We'll get some
the
questions.
That's how we'll do it. We'll finish up here. This is kind of an appreciation. To be clear, before we do this, this is legitimately for you guys. I know this sounds kind of weird. We're doing a show for you, but really it comes from that genuine place of appreciation for how many people have been listening to our show and enjoying it and leaving such incredible feedback. Like legitimately.
Listen, if I'm to believe you and the reviews, if I'm to believe that, you guys like love the show like a lot. So, yeah, like, you know, it is kind of corny to say like we're doing it for you, but in a way, like we kind of did. Like I told Travis, like I specifically said, like I want to do like a Thursday show because we like met all these milestones, and I just want to tell the audience like how appreciative we are of all their support because we're blown away. To be honest with you, we're kind of blown away.
Okay, so we're gonna do one question go. The way this works is I'm going to throw the link into the chat. Now we are going to be vicious with this because I don't know how many people are going to show up. You're going to ask one question, both of us will answer, then you're getting booted. Don't take it personally, but we got to get through these and then I got to go. So we're going to do it. Let me go ahead.
Doesn't have to go anywhere. Keep them going.
I'm just nervous.
You're good.
Whenever we do this. All right, Here we go. Here we go. Link is now in the chat and everywhere, even on our Twitters and everything. So click that link. It will let you in. Make sure you have your camera enabled, please. And you can ask one question and then you get kicked out. Doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if Logan Paul comes on. Well, I actually would definitely kick him off right away. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate it, baby.
Oh, thanks, Tyler. I really do appreciate that.
All right. We got one question go, so feel free to jump on. We'll do one question and we'll get to the next person, and then we are going to be pretty much out. Because I don't want us to go too long. We want you to want more. We're back on Sunday. Well, I mean, come on. Greg is desperate because he has nothing to do after this. But
I want all the attention. I want to milk this as long as as long as possible.
I don't have that need. I just love doing the show, and I don't want it to ever get old.
Travis,
I've had successtional podcasts.
Travis doesn't need your praise, so give me your praise.
Actually, I want it. I don't need it. But it's like Michael Scott said, "What I don't want it. I need. I don't." It's not, yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Travis shirts.
Okay, here we go. First one up is Victor. What's going on, Victor?
I have a question for Greg.
Okay, go.
Why do you hate budget phones?
Why do I what?
Why do you hate budget phones?
Why do you hate budget phones?
I don't.
You said they were too bleh.
I did? What? I don't think I did.
Last time I was on.
Last time you're on, I said budget phones were bleh.
When I was talking about the S10 Lite and Note 10 Lite.
No, so you misunderstood me. So it's not that the budget phones themselves are inherently bad or boring. I just think the marketing strategy from Samsung should be to rename them, because most people don't want to buy a phone called Lite, or they don't want the lesser phone. So I thought it would be just a smarter business strategy, not even talking about the merits of the phone, for Samsung to just name it like, I think the next one's probably be S21. Call that lower end model that's like 600, 700, call it the S21. And then the real tech people are going to know S21 Plus is where it's at, and you charge whatever you want for it. So
totally.
That's it. But I like budget phones. I reviewed the 3A. I thought that was a really good phone. I'm seeing Travis and a lot of people talk about these TCL phones. They look like they're pretty good deals. I'm not against getting a good deal. I've been telling, not that the iPhones are really, here, the SE is a budget phone, I guess, right? I think this is a great phone. I think a lot of people would like it. And yeah, I've been telling people not to get iPhone 11 Pros. I'm like, just get the 11. It's better.
All right, next up, What's up, Nick the Turd or O the Turd?
Well, I have a quick question for you all. I have a Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus.
Mhm.
I'm wanting to get the budget iPhone 11, but do you think I should wait for the 6.1-inch Pro, 12 Pro, or the base model rather? And then one suggestion for each of you: can you two make separate videos on your own channel about how you got started in YouTube, please?
Interesting thought there. Let's answer the first question first. So, should he get the iPhone 11, or should he wait for the base model 12?
I think you said you already have a phone, right? So
Yeah, the S9 Plus.
S9 Plus, that's a good phone. Hey, I say wait. You know, like the 11's a great phone, it really is. But there's going to be so much excitement around this next phone because it's a redesign, and there's going to be a lot new with it. So
I'm still on the payment plan for the S9 Plus actually, because I got it later. So I was thinking about waiting until Christmas than having my dad upgrade it for me. So I didn't know what your guys' suggestion on that was.
Yeah. So if you want to know dollar for dollar, in my opinion, Nick, I think that if you wait until the base model 12 comes out, the 11 is going to be cheap as dirt, and it's going to be the best dollar for dollar phone you can get in 2020. Yeah. End of story.
Do you still have it?
What was that?
Would AT&T still have it?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
I actually had personal experience this with the 10R, and when we did an AT&T thing for my fiance's mother, they actually gave the 10R away for free. So like you'll probably get that same deal when the new phones come out. You might be able to be like, hey, our plan's up, and it might be a deal where you get one for free. So
Nick, thank you so much for your question. I gotta get to the next person. Appreciate you.
We gotta answer his other question.
What was his other question? Oh, will we do a video? Well, we're gonna do a collab for the first time ever soon.
He wants a specific video on how you started. Don't you have one already?
I will probably, maybe I'll do one in my members feed. Maybe I'll do that.
I don't know if I'll ever do that, to be honest with you. It has crossed my mind to do one. It would have to be like a big milestone. So I'm coming up on 100,000. I've been thinking about doing a thank you kind of video for that.
Oh yeah.
But in a way, I'm kind of almost not.
I've actually already done that video now that I think about it.
Yeah, you've done that. That's what I'm trying to say. Travis has like a 10K video. Go watch it. It's really good. And Travis, he gets personal, tells you about his story and everything. So Travis already has that video on his channel. For me, I don't know if I'll ever make it because I don't know the algorithm. Let's be honest.
Yeah. What's up, Matt? Good to see you, man.
How you guys doing?
Hey.
Doing real good.
Good. Hey, 2 questions for you. Podcast mic, what do you guys recommend? And 2, the camera you guys use.
So podcast mic, okay. The blue is fine. You can actually get it tweaked with a software called, I actually have it installed here. I'm not using it at the moment. Voice Meter. It's free. If you download Voice Meter and then you run your blue into it, you can make that mic sing. It's amazing how much better it could sound.
Okay.
If you want to go above and beyond that, we're using some fairly expensive mics, but we love these mics. Greg, don't you agree?
Yes, these are great. These are what, the Rodecaster Pro?
Yeah.
I always get it confused because we have a Rodecaster and then these are the Rode Procasters.
These are the Procasters.
I just bought a Rode Procaster. I spent like $250 on it. It's coming in a couple days. So
they're great. They're great. We love them.
That's what we recommend because that's what we use, and these are great. Yeah, I really like them. I have it right here. Honestly, I used to use a Yeti, and my problem with it was just like too sensitive picking up things. And these are dynamic microphones, so they have like a really tight pickup pattern. Like if I move this away from me, it's kind of hard to hear me. So I really like that about these.
And then he asked what camera. I'm using a T7i from Canon. What are you using?
So this is a Sony A6600. It's probably a little bit overkill, but that's what I use.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Travis, I just bought that camera, waiting for it from Canon.
There you go.
It was my first DSLR, and it served me incredibly well on my channel, and it's a great camera. You'll love it.
Great. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks for the show.
Oh, I saw Harmless Carl in here, but he left. He
Harmless
was
Carl. What is this? What is this?
So it looks like Roberto's saying, hey, you could do your story on this channel. Now that would make sense. That would be a great interview and a great thing.
I mean, you could go. I could do that. I'm a little shy.
Yeah, only 80,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's shy.
Listen, we could do that. There's also, I guess, there's more of a personal story on Jonathan Morrison's channel. I forget about my like weight loss stuff. That's kind of a little bit personal. So if you want to know more about me, I guess you could watch that too. But
this is the quote I was talking about from Michael Scott. I don't need to be liked. I like to be liked. I have to be liked, but it's not like a compulsive thing. Like, not like I need to be praised, which thank you for that. I love that quote.
I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
Yeah. So Harmless Carl, we appreciate you. We wish we could have got to you, but we're going to head on out now. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone who joined us, the one question goes were great. I'm just impressed. I hope to see you all on Sunday because this is just another this is a bonus episode. Can you imagine how good the real episode will be? Like a real actual Gadget cast. This is like a fake
actual Gadget. This is fake Gadget. This was all a warm up for Sunday, and Sunday you'll get the real show.
That's right.
Fake show. This is we need a fake Gadget cast shirt.
Well, look, we appreciate all of you. We appreciate the subscribes. We appreciate the downloads. And let me tell you,
everything.
Super chats. It is incredibly humbling in ways that we will never be able to tell you. So thank you so much. And we will see you all on Sunday. Peace.
Take care.